Welcome to another edition of our YouTube channel, Southeast Asia Vibes, The Good Life. My name is Victor. I'm a former resident of New York who now lives in beautiful and tropical Southeast Asia. I got fed up with the high crime, cold winters, and rat race of New York City. I now live the life of my dreams here in Southeast Asia, in Philippines, and have lived or traveled all over Southeast Asia such as Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, etc. As long as you know what you are doing, you too can live the life of your dreams here in this tropical paradise at literally 90% cheaper than what you would pay in, let's say, Miami or Hawaii with the same high standard of living. However, if you don't know what you're doing, it could mean a one-way ticket back home really fast. As an expert and somebody who has lived or traveled all over Southeast Asia, I receive many emails daily from people who want to live here and escape the rat race and ask for my guidance. A lot of other YouTube videos, they tend to sugarcoat everything because they want views and subscribers, so they're not being totally honest with you. Now, I don't charge for my advice, but many people still feel very grateful as I take the time to answer all their questions either by email or some of them prefer a WhatsApp phone call back. So they usually insist to make a small donation of any amount just to support the channel. We have the information up in the description box above. Let's get started. Today we're going to be talking about Davao City, which is incidentally the safest city. Already Philippines is incredibly safe. But if there is one city that is the safest in the Philippines in terms of crime, pickpockets, minor petty theft and stuff like that, it would be Davao City. Davao City is consistently rated the safest city in the Philippines and one of the safest cities in the whole world, as a matter of fact. I remember when I first went there, even the taxi drivers could not rip you off because when I went there for the first time, the former president of the Philippines, President Duterte, he was the mayor back at that time, and he was always very, very strict on all of this crime, corruption, and all of that nonsense. So there was no crime or corruption whatsoever. And his daughter became I think the mayor after him. So it's still, within the family, so to speak. What I like the most about Davao City, not just the safety, is how incredibly friendly the people are. And I've always said this. For me, the friendliest people in the Philippines, you will find them in either Davao City, Cagayan de Oro City in northern Mindanao, or Iloilo City in western Visayas. The people are incredibly friendly, hospitable. Filipinos have a reputation of being hospitable as it is. The most hospitable, there's no question, you will find them in Davao City, Iloilo City, and Cagayan de Oro City in northern Mindanao. When I was living in Davao City, what I liked the most is this family type of an atmosphere. And I was living in Davao City itself. So walking distance from where I lived, I have a bowling alley. I have this tremendously beautiful park. It's called People's Park. People's Park. Tremendously beautiful park. You can sit down. And I remember I used to go there every single day, sit down. And I remember, I used to have a drink, sit on the bench, like a Coca-Cola or something, orange juice or some fresh coconut water. And I used to say, well, how lucky am I to be here? It's January and it's freezing cold in New York. So, I really loved it. The park was beautiful. They have these statues of native people, Mindanaoan people there in People's Park. And it was incredible, just incredible. It's a different vibes you get in Davao City. It's just like a very relaxed vibes, easygoing vibes, stress-free, and just incredible. I mean, everything you could possibly want if you live in Davao City is walking distance. I had the best shawarma restaurant, literally amazing Indian food at incredibly low prices. So when I first went to Davao City, I went as a visitor, and then soon thereafter, I lived there. I lived there. But when I went as a visitor, I stayed in a hotel, 20 like $20 a night US. Beautiful, beautiful hotel room. And so then I moved there, and I had incredible choices, dining choices, Indian food, Middle Eastern food, Chinese food. There were two malls walking distance from where I was staying in Davao City. One was Gaisano Ilustre, the other was Gaisano Bahada. And you had everything you could possibly want right there. So it was like really relaxed vibes. I felt like I was on vacation every single day. And that's what life needs to be like, stress free, and like a life of leisure. You need to be enjoying yourself, okay? You cannot be overrun with stress. It's going to affect your health and all of those things, and it could lead to an early death. Stress really does kill, and I can tell you without a doubt, in Davao City there was none of that. One of the first choices I would choose if I was living in the Philippines, which I do, would be to live in Davao City. That's it for this edition of Southeast Asia Vibes Good Life.